Welcome back. They came across this movie which is called Another Country, right? And it's basically about life in Eton school, right? In the 1930s. And if you notice the name Tommy Judd, your TJ, right? Your TJ, you know what that is. Right? And it's an interesting little movie, like it's it's got little subplots in it and all this, like two of them are dating each other, romantically involved in that. Young lovers. And it's about their life in Eton school. And obviously it's called Another Country, right? Because Eton is in England, right? And of course loads of England is like run down, deprived, urban, built up areas full of poverty and all that, and these are living like, this type of lifestyle what they live at Eton school mob, and so it's like another country, and it's like another world basically, you know what I mean, another universe. But like, that's obviously what it's about, right? So the movie come from 1984, one of our favourite years, like, and based on a book by Julian Mitchell. Public school, Eton. And this name Tommy Judd, right, is quite relevant to it. The old school's quadrangle, like a bit of four, say for a dollar. Of course, won a few awards and that. Based on the life of the double agent, right? Think about what that means, the double agent, double agent as opposed to a single who isn't part of the agency type of thing, right? And of course, exploring homosexuality, of course, there are trances, in reality, in this place, there are trances, right? Maybe, they date all that type of thing, we probably do, you know what I mean? And the Marxism idea, I see very important to them, of course. They love Marxism. Then the Tommy Judd, TJ. We'll see how that Judd, Sir Andrew Judd, was a 16th century English merchant and Lord Mayor of London, mate. He must be like a fabled character to them. And this one was he founded the Tonbridge School, right? We know the Ton, or the T, or N, right? So it's on T. They're all on T. And the bridge is the rainbow again, right? It's funny, right? You've got a little code on the badge that says incrementum. Excrement. And this is increment. So, it's obviously the opposite of excrement, like, you know what I mean? And the Skinner's idea, right? And this Tonbridge School is in Kent, and it's a very posh, rich school. Very expensive fee-paying public school, like, right? Tonbridge. As you can see there, charge full boarders up to £14,000 a term. So, how many terms in a year, like, maybe 3 or 4 terms at least, right? So that's, quite a bit of money, like, you know what I mean? And this is Kent, God giveth the increase, incrementum, right? So basically again, this is gone into the excrement code, right? So if incrementum is increase, excrement must mean decrease, right? X as in excluded, right? So again, this is referring to code of like this little war that goes on between the T's versus natural people, right? Incrementum, increase, excrement, decrease. So obviously to decrease the populations of what they are considered to be excrement, right? I.e. natural people, right? Of course, very linked to where, the whole lot of these schools are linked. Oxford, Eton, Tonbridge, they're all part of a little club type of thing, right? And another interesting coding in this Henry Fisher, who was part of the second Parliament of Queen Elizabeth I, right? We know how Queen Elizabeth I was in before James, who done the Bible and all that, right? So you got all your Fisher ideas, your Fishers of Men ideas and all this, It's a very interesting codings. Of course, connected to the East India Company, that's just the same thing over and over again to this very day. Back to the Eton idea, right? As you see here, right, you got a group of 30, which is that they would bank people and stuff like that, right? Finances and stuff like that. The group of 30, right? And then basically abbreviated to G3. So what you're talking about there is a 777 idea, right? But you also got this thing which relates to the public schools, right? As you see there about the group of 30, the central banking community, right? So the central, the controlling the central banks idea. But you've also got G30 schools, right? Which is a gathering of interesting and like-minded schools, right? Of course, like-minded means all transes, right? They're founded in 2006. You get 777 code, right? The head of Wellington College, you know one of these type of places, right? St Andrew's College, South Africa, which is interesting, right? G30 schools group. And of course the the G, say in this respect must be referring to a God idea, because like what you get from that movie is the call each other gods, right? As you see here in that movie. There's the Tri-Star again, obviously with the code in that. And they wants to stop him becoming a god, which is a school title for the top prefects, right? So of course, that relates basically to the J idea, the gods and lords. See, so it's they've got that system in the Eton school, like the gods and the lords idea and all this. See, of course, then they continue it when they sort of leave the school and gone into the parliament stuff and all that, and just continue the same type of little game what they're playing when they're in the Eton school. Playing God idea and all that, which is a famous phrase, isn't it? Playing God. And there you see that Charles Spencer was in 3 scenes. Of course, you know what I mean? So you're talking about this, right? And then you're talking about this, right? This obviously comes from Eton. This comes from there, right? Because, think about it. The Greek idea and the homosexual idea, So this is coming out of that place, right? As you see here, right, the Eton word mob, right? So they've got their own type of, little words what they have and that little vocabulary what they use. You can see them as secret code languages. It means something like to dismiss someone noisily by taking the piss out of them, right? So obviously when you refer to the mob, it's like a political idea, The mob is the sort of the peasant commoners. So you've got the piss again, you've got the piss idea. The piss and the urine and the excrement ideas, is always part of it. So again, you take that type of, God's idea of standing on a cloud and basically, urinating onto the mortals who are below type of thing. See what I mean? Urinating onto the mortals. God is an Englishman, probably educated at Eton. Well, there you go. Classic. Yeah, it was Anthony Selden, right, who founded the group of the G30 Schools Club, right? Anthony Selden. And as you see here, governor of the Royal Shakespeare Company, a fellow of the Royal Society of Arts, right? But remember that the cell is salt, right, like the pillar is salt. So it's being changed, right? The les done. So, obviously a tea drinker, right? And again, you see the Francis idea, which is free from cis, right? And the cis, seem to be, there's a lot of code in it, but I think there's some code in the cis doing idea as well, the sewage cis doing idea, right? Incorporating new excrement codes and what have you. I think there's some sewage cis doing ideas in that. And as you see, born Abraham Margulis. Return to his old school Tonbridge, on T-Bridge, and then formed the G30 Schools Group, which is an internationalist group of these posh schools and that. Of course, a nice bit of Royal Arch in the story there, like. And the 5 and 3 for the 8, And what he does here, he's done a lot of written a lot of biographies about several prime ministers of Britain, right? So giving them a nice good public image and press and all that, see? So very much a character that's to do with the running of their system, right? So here's the cisgender idea, right? Remember how to call natural people cisgenders. So of course when you have a cisgender, it's basically to do with getting rid of the excrement, flushing the excrement away, right? As you see here, right, it's a broad concept, the flush toilet. Its modern invention is generally credited to Sir John Harrington, aristocrat, godson of Elizabeth I. So again, the God idea, right? And the Elizabeth I type of idea, You also have the septic tank, right? The sept is the 7, right? It's a separation idea in that, right? The same as transes and naturals, a separation. And sewage, they call the domestic wastewater sewage. You got the sewer idea, like the needle, right? So